Hello Willow class, it's Mrs Grimmer here. I'm going to try and record a different way of reading books today. And today I'm going to read Eric and the Red Planet. And it's a space adventure with numbers. And I know some of you in the class love numbers. And it's by Caroline Glicksman. And I've got Lucy Longlegs sitting with me to help. She's a bit of a fidget, so I'm not too sure how long she'll sit there. Eric is a very unusual bear. He's red and he's very, very clever, especially with numbers. He loves numbers as much as he loves honey. So put honey and numbers together and you get Eric's dream breakfast, a bowl of honey number puffs. Every morning Eric has a special way of adding up his breakfast cereal. But this morning a card fell into his bowl. And it says, "Please turn over." On the card, it said, "Congratulations, you are eating the millionth box of honey number puffs. Bring a friend to the space bear space base and enjoy a day in a million." For the first time ever, Eric didn't add up his breakfast. He didn't even eat it. And 10 minutes later, he was scooting out of town with his best friend Erica, the only bear he has ever met who loves numbers as much as he does. The space base was very exciting. Eric and Erica were given their very own spacesuits and shown around by a very important bear. 10 computers in mission control, 9 posters of different planets, 8 astronauts training, 7 busy robots, 6 saws in the rocket workshop, 5 bears painting rockets, 4 bears carrying clipboards, 3 boxes of space biscuits, 2 bears pushing scooters, and 1 huge tank of honey, the very best fuel for sending bear rockets into space. The most exciting part of Eric's prize was a visit to the fastest rocket ever built. Its fuel tank had just been filled up with 10 huge jars of honey ready to go to Mars. Eric and Erica were allowed to go right inside the rocket. Erica took lots of photos and Eric glowed very red. Eric couldn't resist pressing some of the bright red flashing numbers, just like a real astronaut counting down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off! And before Eric and Erica knew what had happened, the rocket shot off to Mars. And look, you can see Eric and Erica in the space rocket. And Eric saying, "Oh no! There's my house." Eric and Erica soon got the hang of floating around in the cabin. Before long, they were hungry. Luckily, Erica found 10 huge jars of honey in a cupboard. Erica ate 2 whole jars and Eric ate 3. Well, it's a long way to Mars. As soon as they landed on Mars, Eric and Erica climbed out of the rocket. They were the first bears ever to set foot on the Red Planet. Erica took lots more photos. Eric collected lots of rocks. But it was very cold and Earth looked a long way away. Suddenly they felt lonely. It was time to go home. They climbed back into the rocket. It was much warmer inside. 10 seconds to lift off, said Eric. He counted down just before pressing each button in turn. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. But nothing happened. Eric couldn't understand what was wrong. He was sure he hadn't made a mistake with his counting, Suddenly Erica grabbed his paw. Look, she gasped. The fuel tank, it's empty. We're stuck on Mars. Eric thought very hard. The rocket had used 10 jars of honey to fly to Mars. So, the honey, he said, as he ran to look in the cupboard. There are only 5 jars left. Well, it's no use getting halfway home, said Erica. She licked her paw thoughtfully. Then suddenly Erica started jumping around the cabin. Eric, she shouted, the dust on my paws, it's sweet. There's honey on Mars. Eric looked at the rocks he'd collected. They were melting. He gave one of them a careful lick. It was honey. Luckily, there was a saw for use in an emergency. Eric and Erica climbed back outside. They sawed a hole through the frozen rock. There was warm, gooey honey underneath. Once the tank's full, let's fill up all 10 jars again. Then we can eat 6 on the way home. And we'll have 4 jars for our getting home party. They filled up the 5 empty jars with honey. Now they had 10 full jars, enough to fill the tank right up. Everything was very sticky, and Eric glowed very red. At last, they climbed back into the rocket. Eric took a deep breath and counted down once again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! Phew! With a huge roar, the rocket shot back towards Earth. Eric and Erica floated happily around the cabin. Well, I'm glad we didn't end up stuck on Mars, said Erica. I know, said Eric, licking a sticky Martian rock, but imagine living on a planet made of honey. Erica smiled. Perhaps someone does, she said. And they've done a Mars mission report there. That's the end of the story. Did you like that, Lucy Longlegs? Yeah, I thought you might. See you later, Willow class. Bye.